Hi, this is Isabelle Litzler, the place to be to develop your skills and grow your potential. And today I am answering a question I received via the YouTube channel. This is a question from Ta Binder. In your videos, you mention a lot on the importance to network with people. I think I have the charisma and the social skills to talk, convince, or simply network with someone, but I don't know where to find people to network with. Where in Switzerland I could find events or places. Thank you for the videos. So I will respond to this question giving you actually 2 tips today on how to handle where to find people and places in Switzerland. So the first thing that you need to do, so it's one way, and I will explain 2 ways that I think you can go about it. So the first way is more the let me go out and find the information, which is really anyway what most people do, is go out there to try to go towards people. So this is more like a research type of thing, and what you could do is research the information from Google. I mean, you have a lot of keywords that you can insert, or Facebook or LinkedIn. So it's a keyword and more of a data, playing around with keywords to find those events so that they pop up on your screen. So an example could be marketing events Geneva, or finance events Zurich, etc. And you probably find that they will pop up and you will be able to see them. So it's more data finding, and there's nothing really so complicated about it, except it takes a little bit of time. And hopefully you don't miss out on anything that's out there. You're capturing all the information that's happening in Switzerland. So that's one way. Another way would be to do the psychology, trying to think how those people would spend their time. So if you're a marketing expert in Geneva, where would you go to develop your skills? What kind of events would be interesting for you? So maybe digital marketing, for example. And if there's a webinar on that, you'd probably be part of that. One way you could look at is to see on LinkedIn, what are some of the experts in your field, what information, they have on their profile, and what kind of groups do they belong to, so that you know a little bit about the local market. So that's more on the data finding and mining almost, so that you can get to the people that you want to find. So there's a lot of research involved, obviously. So this research is really time consuming for sure. So that's why I have a lot of guides, and I do have a networking guide available in my course, in my Get the Job in Switzerland Swiss Job Challenge course, which you have an auto webinar that you can sign up on in my, if you look at the links down below. So my Swiss Job Challenge would have this guide. I also give it to my Careerpreneur group, because this is something that I want people to use whilst they're being trained. So it's not something that I just think people can use automatically. I want them to understand the techniques of networking, and then to practice with those links and to try to find the information. So again, in my Careerpreneur group, we have this guide, and also in my Swiss Job Challenge. So that's more on the information finding and easing the process for someone who wants to expand their horizons and meet the right people and find the right places. So that's more the research part. Now, the second tip is a little bit different, and it's also part of my strategy. I think I use both, and I train people to do both. So one is more the research and data and all that information. And the second part is really about building up your profile to become a recruiter magnet. So then it's more about you. Become the person that you want to meet or to work with, etc. So you have to do a lot of personal development. So you have to think about in terms of, why would this VP of marketing talk to me? Would this VP of marketing be interested in talking to me with what I have to offer right now? Or what would I need to have to be a little bit interesting for this person? It doesn't mean you have to become a VP of marketing, but you have to become interesting enough that you have something to offer. I mean, when I go and meet people in Switzerland, some of them are 2, 3, 4 steps above me, but I still find that we have a lot in common, because I have built enough things that I'm proud of, that I feel that I'm at the same level as these people. I mean, maybe they're a salaried person with a company, and they're top of the ladder because they've got promoted, etc. But then I think that what I'm doing is also interesting in another way. I mean, I built up my YouTube channel. I'm writing a book right now. I have some courses online. I mean, I've done enough that I feel that I feel at the same level as someone who's an executive in a company. So it's really, you have to build yourself up to be interesting for the Swiss market. So if you're looking at, instead of saying, where can I research the places and people, how can I build my profile to attract those people to come to me? And I'll give you an example that happened to me recently. I put a post out with a great photo where I said, I'm looking for such and such people. If you're interested in talking to me, send me a message and let's have a chat. And of course I received messages. So, but why did I get those messages is because those people could see the interest on their end. They could see that I was also someone of value that could help them. So you have to see how you can help also the people that you're trying to connect with. You know, maybe you have written some articles that could be interesting for these individuals to talk to you about. Maybe you have from the country that you're from, maybe you have a piece of information also about some business development opportunity, or so bring something to the table, basically, especially if you want to network with high-level people, hard to reach type of people. You can come unprepared with nothing to bring to the table. Those people are very in demand, especially the more, you know, upscale you are on the ladder, and the more you work for the big companies and you have those very selective type of positions, the harder to reach you are, because you're not going to be spending time talking to people just for the sake of it. Now, you do have some people that offer their time because they have this mindset of giving back and helping, and it's great, but it's a minority. Most people out there, they try to see, you know, this, what can you do for me as well? So there's this win-win situation, which I think is very reasonable. You can't expect everyone to do things for you and give nothing in return. You have to think about this value exchange type of thing, which I'm a big advocate of. So to answer the question now, to sum up all what I just said now, firstly, go with trying to find the information, you know, find the data online and the groups and the events and so forth, using your own skills with keywords and research. Then I have the products with the Swiss Job Challenge and my group called Careerpreneur, which I will put the link below so that you can check it out. And then you get a support also from my other students. We're working together on this, so you're not alone trying to figure it out. And finally, is to build up your profile to become this employee of choice, I call it, or top-notch employee that people want to work with, to hire, etc., etc. So think about it, you know, think about all these things that I just explained today, and that's going to help you develop your Swiss network. So feel free to comment as usually. What I will do is also check questions that are interesting like this one, and I will make a video out of it. But again, try to make the question a little bit meaty and interesting, other than I'm looking for a job or where can I find a job. I can't really make a video out of that. Give a little bit of background, explain a little bit the story so that I can really do something of value for the community. Thank you very much, and I will talk to you soon.